in standing up for the principles in which they believe. In closing, I want to highlight some of the things that our two countries, Liberia and Costa Rica, have in common. As small countries with populations in once volatile neighborhoods, we both look to the United Nations as an indispensable institution that safeguards the peace and our prosperity. Both of us are littoral states. We are bordered by the Mana River Union nations of Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Cote d'Ivoire and the Atlantic Ocean, while your neighbors are Panama and Nicaragua, the Caribbean Sea, and Pacific Ocean. Our populations are comparable, 4.3 million years, and ours, just over 4.1 million. The name Liberia is familiar to Costa Ricans as the name of the capital city and gateway for one of your major provinces. Costa Rica has achieved middle income status to which we in Liberia aspire by 2030 if we stay the course and ensure that our transformation is irreversible. As a post-conflict nation, we seek to learn from your tremendous progress toward achieving universal access to education, health care, clean water, sanitation, and electricity, from your successes in the agriculture sector and in environmental sustainability and ecotourism, and about how you have addressed the issue of human development, youth empowerment, and employment. There is much that we can learn from your experience of sustaining peace, stability, and economic development. I dream of a Liberia that is fully peaceful, prosperous, and fully unified. By honoring me today, you gave me renewed hope and zeal to continue working to achieve peace and development at home in Africa and around the world. I will remain steadfast and resolute in my fight for peace and dignity for all, and also the empowerment of women and youth. When you empower these two groups, you commit to maintaining peace and stability. It is only when we live in peace can we develop ourselves and our society. We can only achieve lasting peace when we have peace within ourselves, our fellow man, and our Creator. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have now a short period of questions and answers to the President. Please. Mike, the Yep. I think I can give you this. No problem.
I'll step closer. Thank you so much, Madam President. It's a real honor to have you here. I wanted to ask you about something that you wrote about in your memoirs. You make a point of mentioning at the times that you were held captive, the individual acts of humanity and kindness that were presented to you by your captors, by individuals. And I found that very striking. And I think that as students of the University for Peace, we're all very interested in affecting real change in the world. But talking about greater peace is very daunting. And I thought perhaps I could ask you to speak a little bit about the importance of individual person-to-person connections and humanizing ourselves to each other.
There is no greater love of mankind and promotion of peace than that which come from a personal show of kindness. There is no greater demonstration of peace than that which comes from reaching out one person to another in an act of kindness. And this was the example I experienced. These were my jailers. These were the people charged with ensuring that I did not enjoy any comfort, that I paid the price for what they consider was my affrontation. But these people were moved. They were soldiers of the military government. They came from the same group as they. They could have been the ones to have imposed serious hardships. But deep in their hearts, they felt that one person to another, they could not do that. And they demonstrated the kindness that enabled me to survive a situation. So that's why we say one has to be at peace with themselves and peace with your neighbor before you can enjoy national peace.
Thank you.
My name is Nasima and I'm a student at UPeace. Your Excellency, in a time in the world where it's said that female leadership could restore balance, and you being a role model and a living example, could you share your views on female leadership? And also, coming from Africa myself, we have an ancient tradition where women are important decision makers. And how is it possible to honor that and bring it more forward in the international discourse? Thank you.
Female leadership must be equal and better than male leadership. Equal in competence, equal in competition, equal in skills, but where the greater comes is that we surpass them in compassion. We surpass them in sensitivity to humankind. Maybe because we are mothers, in my case, grandmother. But I think that that equality have enabled women leadership today to take their rightful place. And some of those early impediments, such as particularly in our continent, the denial of education to the girl child under conditions of poverty, we have corrected those. And today, women aspire not to the traditional roles, but to every role in society